Morning folks, welcome back to the channel and to the latest edition of the VANOTHER COLLECTIVE collaboration videos. This month's video, being November, is all about winter vanning. Now, those of you that have been with us a while will know that Ciska and I do go out during the winter, but unfortunately this year, due to circumstances, we haven't really been able to get out there yet. We do intend to. We've had a new arrival. Our latest grandson, little William, was born on the 9th of November. I will put a little picture of him somewhere as well. So obviously we've been on standby to look after Teddy and Ollie and haven't really been able to get out. Plus for the last week and a half, Ciska and I have been laid up with flu as well. So, but what I'll do with this video in that case is I will mention a couple of things that we do when we go out in the van, but during the winter months, but I'll cover mainly what I do to protect the van when I've got it parked up on storage as it is now during the winter months. First things first, came down this morning, engine battery flat as a pancake. So fortunately I have got one of these, a battery boost pack, well worth having. They're not the cheapest of things to have, but certainly well worth having. Started it first time. I've got the engine running at the moment just so the engine battery can get a charge from the alternator whilst I'm doing this. Plus I've got the heating on as well because it is not exactly warm this morning. A little bit of housekeeping. I will put everybody's links and bit logos and descriptions in the description below. So make sure you go over and watch everybody else's videos because I'm sure they will have lots and lots of good tips on motorhoming during the winter and caravanning and camper vanning during the winter months. Something that Ciska and I don't, because we only don't do motorhoming, but they will know a lot more about caravans and camper vans. So, storage. It's all about protecting the van when you've got it parked up for the winter and when you're not using it. So one of the first things I do when I park the van up is I make sure the water system is completely and totally drained. I'll just move that out the way. So if I lift the camera up here, fresh water tank is underneath here. So what I'll do with this is I will make sure that this is completely drained down. Now in here, as you can see, we've got a bung. I make sure that's removed. And obviously I'll pop that back in when I top the water system back up, but that makes sure that the fresh water system is completely drained. Well, the fresh water tank is completely drained. Push that out the way over there. I'll also make sure the taps are left open in the kitchen and in the bathroom. So as you can see, I've got the tap left open in here as well, there. And I've got the shower tap left open as well. The cassette will be completely drained apart from maybe a little dribble of Sol Bio just to keep it clean in there. Inside the van, as you can see from the back of the van here, what we do is we tend to lift all the cushions off of the seats, stack them up and keep them away from the walls, which helps to prevent the build-up of condensation behind them. We'll open all the cupboards. I'll leave the fridge open, and we will dot loads of the moisture catchers around the van as well in the cupboards because it's higher up, so you'll probably get a little bit more moisture in there. So we'll keep all that protected. There's a little bit of dampness in there, but not too much, and the moisture catchers are doing their job. The other thing with this one, with the water system, is we have a Truma heating system. It's gas operated. You can, if you order your van new, and I didn't know this at the time and I wish I had, have it changed to run on both electric hookup or off your 12-volt system and the gas as well. But unfortunately we didn't know that, so we didn't. So ours is gas only. But it has frost valve protection. Now in here, in the garage, is where our frost valve is, which is this is the Truma frost valve system. So if you pop that back on there, push that button in. Now that button will not go all the way in. That's because it's too cold for it to go back in. I think that kicks in at about 4 or 5 degrees. So once the temperature gets above that, I will be able to lock that back in and the system won't drain. But I always leave it open when the van's parked up. So that makes sure the boiler system is drained completely. Also, on this van we have the fridge vents that you can add and fit. Now I've already fitted ours. I did it a couple of weeks ago. And there they are. They just sit in there. We've got one on the top as well. They just sit in there and they're there to protect the fridge from the cold. So we've got those in place. Now, and I also make sure that I leave the wastewater system open as well, and that is completely drained. So there is as little water as possible in that system. Hopefully none, but if there is going to be a little bit, it's as little as possible. So hopefully we won't get any frozen pipes. Now, carrying on inside the van, as I said, we lift all the cushions away, we open up all the cupboards to get some airflow through. We'll even drop the beds down as well to keep the mattresses away from the ceiling to prevent condensation building up there. Now, that's just about everything that we do when we park the van up for when we've got our own storage, and I do that during the summer months as well. But it's with the water, certainly it's more important definitely during the winter months. Now, when we go away, as I said, we've only got the gas on the Truma, so I'll make sure that our gas system is fully topped up before we go away. Now hopefully we're going to get away at the end of this month, so I'll be topping the gas up. We will be packing plenty of warm clothing to go walking around wherever we decide that we're going to go. And the most important thing is, if you're out in your van in the winter, enjoy yourself. That is the most important thing. This is why we own these vehicles and caravans and camper vans, to enjoy ourselves and make memories. So that's the most important thing. But as I said, make sure you're protecting your investment, because they're not cheap, by doing all these little bits and pieces when you get it parked up and you're not using it. So as I said before, make sure you go over and watch everybody else's video, because they will have lots and lots of other tips, and I certainly will be watching them to see if there's anything that we can pick up on that will help us out, and things that we may or may not be doing that would be pertinent to look after the van. So make sure you go over and watch everybody else's videos, and I think that will wrap this video up for this month. And hopefully, as I said, we will pick you up the next time we get out towards the end of this month. See you later, guys.